In parenting, it really comes down to this. What we focus on, we get more of. Those are wise words from Dr. Becky Bailey, a great parent and teacher educator. This simple phrase is full of insight, and it leads us to use the most difficult but one of the best tools in our parenting toolboxes, ignoring. Now, ignoring may not even seem like a tool. After all, you are doing nothing. How is doing nothing a tool? Well, how you do nothing can really be something. Children want parental attention. They want it so desperately that they will accept it in any form we give it, positive or negative. And our offspring will go to great lengths to get our attention. So what behaviors we pay attention to, what we focus on, we will see more of from our children. It's almost like a law of physics. In fact, it's a lot like Newton's third law of motion. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. According to Newton, whenever objects A and B interact with each other, they exert forces upon each other. When a child has a tantrum, the parent will react. How the parent chooses to react is the key. That reaction then determines the next reaction of the child, and so on and so on. Never ignore behaviors that are life-threatening or unsafe. But when a child pouts, whines, screams, swears, or has a full-blown tantrum, we need to ignore it. Now, this, of course, is never easy. Those behaviors are irritating at best. But if we give attention to those behaviors in any way, large or small, we will see more of those behaviors. We focused on it, we watched it, and we responded to it. Maybe we screamed back, or just gave an exasperated sigh and rolled our eyes, but our child got what they wanted, our undivided attention, even if it was only for a minute. It was a reaction. Ignoring is a great tool based on respect rather than fear, and it shows how to handle disrespect by not joining in, but rather modeling calm in the midst of chaos. When we do not respond by yelling or hitting, we are showing our child that aggression does not have to beget more aggression. We can maintain respect and self-control in the face of ugliness. What an important life skill for our children to learn. But more importantly, we have not fed the misbehavior with attention. Things that are not fed will eventually fade away and die. Those annoying behaviors will cease. If there is no outward equal and opposite reaction, the process has ceased. But you have to ignore correctly. No eye contact, no verbal exchanges, no facial expressions, no big exhales. Plus the parent stays relaxed. And then, a crucial final step that is often neglected, we praise as soon as the misbehavior stops. Know this, however, if you have given attention to temper tantrums and are now going to start ignoring them, be prepared. Those tantrums will get worse before they get better. Be prepared for testing. Your child's tantrums will likely increase both in volume and intensity because you are changing the dance you and your child have done, even if it has been a negative dance, and they will not like that. But be consistent. Don't ignore the oppositional behavior 10 times and then start yelling on the 11th time. You will have just taught your child that if they persevere long enough, you will give in. Ignore that misbehavior every single time, and you will eventually see it disappear. Eventually. We will experience discomfort now so that we and our child will have more comfort later. Hang on. Staying calm while ignoring the misbehavior is extremely hard for parents. It may be helpful to start with this premise. All young children have tantrums to get what they want. You do not have a bad child and you are not a bad parent. Do not take a tantrum personally. I try to remind parents to remember the Q-tip principle. Again, a phrase from Dr. Becky Bailey, quit taking it personally. Your child is not really trying to drive you crazy. Children test rules and want to feel powerful in a world that allows them little actual power. They have only a few methods to share their strong emotions, yelling, screaming, lying on the floor, kicking. They are fighting for power. Do not join them in that power struggle. Take a deep breath, or several. Walk away, go mentally to your happy place. turn on some music, and think some positive thoughts. Instead of thinking, my child is some kind of a demon and will never change, replace that thought with, my child is testing me and I can handle this and help him or her learn better ways to behave. The minute your child ends the tantrum, return your attention to them. This might be the hardest step of all. It is very difficult to give praise and positive regard when we have been using so much energy just to not explode. But noticing that changed behavior and giving affirmations, we must. What you focus on, you get more of. If you give attention and react to the positive, your child will do likewise. Now, we can't let our frustration out by saying, well, I'm glad that's finally over, or now that you have finally stopped yelling and being a pain in the neck, good for you. No. We have to be genuine with our affirmation, without shaming and blaming. What would be the most helpful thing to you right now, if you think the child would like to talk? Or you could bypass the whole episode and respond with, let's snuggle and read a book. You are noticing their calm ways of behaving and communicating now with you. You have disregarded their rude or vulgar behavior. You might use what's called selective ignoring when children show positive and negative behaviors at the same time. If your child shows you their finally made bed and they say, I got my dumb, stupid bed made, you simply focus on the good behavior and respond, that looks great, good work, and ignore the attitude shared with their accomplishment. None of this is easy or even comfortable, but it is of vital importance. If we keep our focus and our attention on our child's good behavior, we will see more of that good behavior occurring and occurring and occurring. It's all physics, remember?